Okay. Pete, you got me?
Yeah.
Awesome. Pete, it looks like we are free and clear. We are live. This is a big old welcome to everyone. This is a Saturday Night Live rad show. A couple of RC addicted dads doing our thing, having a good time talking about RC cars on a Saturday night with my good friend, Peter Lundberg. My name is Mike. It is a pleasure to have you with us live on a Saturday. Peter, how are you, my good friend?
Good, man. Good. It's welcome back. I'm sure you got some R&R on vacation,
Yeah.
good to close down the controller and get away, but I know you and I don't do that. I saw some great photos of you with your backyard course there, which was awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, good, working on the Jimmy, FMS, we're getting the final touches on it, finishing up some painting and, it's actually right behind me to my right there in the garage. Gonna have to get a bigger garage, I think. But hanging in there, keeping busy, So it's good to see you back. It's good to be back in the captain's chair there.
Yeah, it was a solid week in Ocean City, New Jersey, hanging out on the beach, early sunrises and late night walks on the boardwalk, Ocean City, New Jersey. We kind of are spoiled being, an hour drive from something so cool.
Yeah,
I do pity the people in the middle of the country that do not get the pleasure of a coast. There's something to be said living so close to a coast. It's a great vacation. We had a blast. Um, I know I've kind of been known now for the sand sculpture, sand art out there on the beach.
yeah.
Um,
I was
it,
waiting for
it
you to post. I was waiting for you to post your pic.
yeah. Did you see the one I did of Wile E. Coyote?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was fun. But yeah, so we make sand art and took 4 RC cars with me. That was the most RC cars I've ever taken on a vacation before. The main reason why was my daughter went with her boyfriend and their family to Myrtle Beach. So that freed up a whole spot in the back of the car. So where my daughter would normally sit, I stacked the RC cars and content and plenty of wheel time out on the beach early in the morning. I had a blast. So thank you. Well, thank you for welcoming me back. I know we kept in touch, and you sent me plenty of photos of the painting that you've been doing on this FMS. And I'm telling you, Pete, I'm not the only one who's saying this. It's a completely different truck.
Yeah.
Even with just a little bit of paint, it completely changed my opinion on that Jeep. It is so cool looking. Well, stop my hand. I probably shouldn't call it a Jeep. Jeep like vehicle. Um,
Yeah.
the
And
paint job changed everything, Pete. The red was the right choice.
yeah. And I see Tyler and boy, Mr. William, Performance RC Hobbies. Happy 4th of July. Um, yeah, I mean, me, I'm not a painter at all, right? So the BRX came out good. Each body, time, you want it perfect. You take your time to try to, get that right paint job. But what I learned is one rollover, it's all going to get banged up anyway. So, you spend all that time sanding, priming. I got blemishes on it. You can't see it with the naked, unless you're a half inch up front in it. But one rollover, that thing's done toast anyway. So, no, thank you. I appreciate it. It came out good. It's a different looking truck. I posted some photos up on Instagram and Facebook, and the before and after. I mean, it's just I saw I saw today RC Driver Online. They were doing an unboxing of the Jimmy, and the Jimmy's been out for a while. But when
Right.
I looked at them taking it out of the box and looked at mine, I was like, man, this is a whole different truck. I mean, it's just
And you know what? To be fair, I keep saying just paint, but we know you did more than just paint. You
Oh,
changed the wheel size, the tire. There is a lot more to it. It's not a fair statement to just say paint. Um,
no, thank
but
you.
it did change the look of it. It's very, very cool. And big shout out to FMS. Congrats. I mean, they're killing it right now on the marketing side, releasing things at the right time. The 24 scale has been an eye opener to me because I think, Peter, I know we talked to Tyler about this. If we rewind maybe 5 months ago, we were talking where were the micros going to be
Yeah.
come summertime, and we always said the same thing every summer. Micros go away for the summer. They're a winter thing. Well, shame on me. I did not see this coming. Micros just did not take a back seat this year at all. Micros just kept the wave coming all year long, which is exciting. I love it. Took 3 of them with me on the beach and ran them hard in the sand, and we had a blast. So, always been a fan of a micro, and it's great to see more keep coming.
Yeah, and yeah, I remember us talking about that, and you
Yeah,
know, I said no more micros because I'm looking at 4 of them.
right.
You know, I got my eye on it. You know, you never know. I mean, that Mog is unreal. I love what you did with it. It's just totally. I could see myself driving that. I mean, that's a cool little truck, and
It is.
that's-
With those Mog tires, that scale with that bed. I was out collecting shells, and we got in this kick of sea glass. I don't know if you've ever seen this before. Sea glass.
yeah,
I really never knew what the hell it was before, but my wife got us searching for it, and it was kind of fun. I just drove the Mog alongside and kept throwing sea glass and shells in the back. I was rescuing sea crabs, these little sand crabs out in the in the sand as I was digging them up. I'm rescuing them, running them back out to the beach in the back of the Mog. I'm like a giant kid out there playing with my trucks.
no,
But conversation starter nonetheless. Um, Many adults, yeah, sure, the kids are all going to look and like, oh my gosh, it's so cool. But, talk about being an advocate for the hobby. Like it was nonstop. Well, let me tell you a little bit about this company. Let me tell you a little bit about the hobby, which is blah, 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 nonstop. And nobody has to twist my arm to talk about RC cars for a couple minutes. But conversation starter nonetheless. That Mog got more attention than any other car I've taken out on the beach before. And I probably should give a shout out to my mom. She is in awe of this thing. I don't know what it is about this Mog, but it definitely turns heads.
yeah, yeah. It's a cool looking truck, and FMS is just taking off on fire. I mean,
Yeah.
every time I go on Facebook or Instagram, they're just right there. Starting fan groups, contests. I mean, it's just they're doing the right thing. So definitely, keep your eye out. I mean, as far as price points go, I mean, you look at Axial, the price of a 24, they're right there in line. Not too much more, not too much less. So definitely worth a look. Just want to thank our sponsors, Mike.
Please.
And I'm just looking at the comments. Yeah, Tyler, thank you. Yeah, it's been a couple weeks working on this Jimny, so it's almost done. I got to do some wiring and painting the grill right now. It's drying. And then William says we have 6 family. Yeah, I tell you, the micros are great. I got 4 and hopefully not expanding my collection, but you never know. Thank you to all our collaborating vendors and sponsors. Each week we work with different, vendors, collaborate with, we do prize packs with, and, thank you to these vendors because without you guys, we wouldn't have content or ideas or news to talk about. 2.4 Designs, RC Caraction, Carryallrc, Treal Hobbies, RC Pro Rack, Crazy Crawler Foams, Powerhobby, RC, Lifted Custom RC, Adventure RC, Crawler Cult RC, K&K Hardware, Scale Rat, Westmade, RC Misfits, and Race Place Hobbies and FMS. So yeah, you were gone. A couple things went on during the week, some new drops, I'm sure you got some scale mail that you still got to go through. I got some updates. You want me to start or?
Oh, I just before we go too far into this, I think it would be appropriate to do one thing first. Scale mail we'll go back over. Absolutely. I think that will tie in nicely to future guests with some of the things that came in this week. Will definitely lead into some future guests that we have coming on in the next couple of weeks. But I wore a hat tonight. I don't normally wear a hat on the show. Two reasons why.
Right.
There we go. Let's do this right, Pete. Two reasons why. One, I haven't shaved. I'm still in vacation mode. I've got the peach fuzz coming in. Still knocking the cobwebs off of the vacation. But while I was on vacation, I kept in contact with a certain someone. We all seen the news. It's official. We can talk about it now and give a proper tribute and salute to a personal friend and someone that I've known in this hobby for many years. When I heard the news about Paul Wilhite from Horizon Hobby actually leaving, not going to another RC company, not going, not staying in this, literally leaving the industry. Took me back by I had to literally step back for a second because he's one of the guys that I've known in this hobby probably the longest. And I had this talk with Paul and said, Paul, this is going to take a minute for me to recover from this because I've known you for so long. Proline was probably one of the first or second, officially the second sponsor that I ever got in the RC hobby. So there's a soft spot in my heart for Proline, obviously. But for Paul in particular, people that have met him in person or come in contact with him through Facebook or seen him on YouTube, whatever social media outlet you've seen him on, there is no question he is a social media presence and a person of interest and a person that people go to see at these events. So losing someone like a Paul Wilhite to the RC hobby, in the RC industry, losing someone like Paul is a big deal and it's a big hit. Now, obviously, we wish Paul all the best. And I told him this, like, please, Paul, I want nothing but success and wish you nothing but the best. But we cannot go too much farther tonight, Pete, into this show without saying thank you to Paul for everything that he has done for this RC hobby. He has paved the way for a lot of people and made he's done a lot of great things for this hobby. So Paul Wilhite, to you, my friend, thank you for everything that you've done. You are going to be missed.
Yeah, and I think you said it best. I mean, all the stories and everything you told me about him. I never met him personally, but I knew of him and I knew everything he did for the hobby. Spot on. Definitely, seeing pioneers go, pioneers that help people grow, help the industry grow. As you know, I'm a big advocate of keeping the hobby going for our kids. And, somebody like that will be missed, right? Paved the way and did a lot of great things. So
He did.
We'll be missed for sure.
And we know we will definitely keep in contact, through text messages, emails, whatever. We will not lose contact with him, but there's no question that this was a farewell to the hobby. So again, I think Horizon and Proline and Axial will definitely, it will take some time for them to get adjusted and I'm going to skip saying that word. It will take some time for them to get adjusted and move on without him because it's going to take big shoes, big feet to fill those shoes. There's no question. Paul was one of the best. So again, we're not going to beat it to death. We're just going to give him a nice salute and thank him for everything that he's done. Paul Wilhite, this is to you, my friend. Best of luck.
Yeah.
So on to lighter news. I don't know if I want to do this out of order or not. You know what? I did want to, you know what the heck? We'll go into rhythm. So the new RC Caraction dropped today, Pete, and I showed it to you right before the show. There was a neat little article in here that we can open up and share about the Rebel. They did a very good article in here about the Rebel RC, Rebel Con. No secret that you and I have been big fans of the Rebel Con for a while. It's great to see RC Caraction do such a good review and in-depth article on it. Fantastic. I can also give some breaking news here and let you know when I got home, we got home from vacation to find a stack of Rebel Cons here at the shop. Carryallrc RC is officially 100% an authorized dealer for Rebel RC. Nice. This is a big moment for Carryall in particular to take this next step in our business avenue here as we try to expand inventory, product on our website. Obviously, our main objective is not to be selling Rebels so much online as it would be beneficial for us to have Rebels on hand at an event that we might attend. Local, something like a Recon G6, for example, that would be local to us, to be able to have a couple of Rebels on site, on hand. It's a big moment. We're going to give it a try and see how it goes, but I have to celebrate it with everyone and let you know we are officially a Rebel RC authorized dealer.
Oh, that's great. That's great. Yeah, and I think it's like an extension of Rebel, right? You go to events and, some events that Jeff or Rebel can't attend, you
Yeah,
have a presence, so I think it's good, for those local. And there's a lot of events in our area, right?
yep.
Drivable, and to have a Rebel on hand if somebody's interested. Look at all the buzz we got at USTE and all those other events where people drive it once and they're like, Jeff sold his personal one right off the table.
No doubt. And at the last couple events that we attended with Jeff there, we spent many Carryall, Rebel, Crawler Cole, we all kind of merged into the same little tent area combo. So to be able to sit there and wear multiple hats and talk about the Rebel and talk about Carryall, everything just kind of flows very easily. And the Rebel is no big task. They sell themselves. So just having them there, it's an easy sell. It's not a lot of additional work on my half. Just to be able to have them available is the big deal.
Yeah, and you know what? As I look at my Rebel, I did a couple things to it, and mixed reviews. You see the good and the bad, just like any truck. I've been reading some comments, some things break, and as far as all I did, servo, tires, and wheels. Even the shift servos are still stock. The motor's stock. I put the 1080 in there. I'm just going to run it as much stock as I can until it breaks. Did I have to do the aluminum upgrade like you did? No. Nope. Did I have to put the steering servo in? No. Those are just choices. But I know a lot of guys that still run it bone stock, and it's a great truck.
Yeah. And the one thing that we hear about, Pete, I know we're involved with a couple of RebelCon Facebook private group chat rooms where people are talking about different performance mods and the ups and downs, some of the things that they've done differently to it. And I've definitely found it very beneficial to have these little chat rooms and hear feedback, like you said, pros and cons, or hear some ideas on the 1080 ESC. We made that change. Um, but the thing that you nailed right out of you hit on perfectly, Pete, was the electronics. They're stock. Besides the 1080 ESC, I changed like those micro shift servos. It's a big deal to say that they're still stock.
Yeah.
I hate to even say a name brand, but I've used those little micro servos for many years in different, from summits to, whatever. Those micro servos tend to fail quite often.
Yeah.
So it's a big deal. But kudos to Rebel. It's a pro being able to keep those stock electronics.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna run until it dies.
Absolutely. And honestly, I think that's a great motto to live by right now is, run it till it breaks. People often ask, what's the first upgrade? What's the first thing I should change? Honestly, at this point, I'm saying to everyone, run it for a while, enjoy it right out of the box. Something breaks, then you can worry about changing it.
And that's the biggest thing. You see that, I see that online all the time. Like people don't even have their truck. They say it's on order. What is the first mandatory upgrade? Now listen, that's maybe beneficial if a truck has a faulty part, but take it out of the box, have fun with it, run it for a day or two, let something break before you start investing all this money. But hey, listen, it's the nature of the hobby. I know
It
we all
is.
do it. We buy parts. It doesn't even arrive. I know plenty of people, it doesn't even arrive at their doorstep and they already have $1,000 in parts coming for it. I do
I
it
mean, two
totally.
handfuls. I could probably think of two handfuls right now of trucks that I can guarantee you never hit the ground and went right to my workbench. Guarantee you, at least two handfuls. I could tell you names of trucks that just went right to a workbench, never saw the ground until after I was done upgrading them. And I'm just telling you, I have a different outlook on it right now, and I feel that the real benefit to the individual is to get to know the truck first, then upgrade it. Because one, I think the most important thing is you're going to understand the upgrade that you did. Otherwise, I think the thing that hurt me the most was did all these changes, and that was just how I knew the truck. I was like, well, it's just how it should be, and didn't realize, the Reefs 555 servo that I put in there changed it dramatically. That $100+ investment that I threw into that servo was like a big deal, instead of just that's how it's supposed to be. No, you drop $100 or plus into a servo, you should really smile and be like, yeah, it was a worthwhile investment, and I can see the difference, and I understand now why I did it.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, everybody has a different outlook, but running it until it breaks, having fun, that's what it's about. Taking it out of the box, running it hard, and seeing its capabilities. But,
Absolutely.
all right, so some updates for me.
Yeah.
Treal, still cranking on parts, man. Still releasing parts. We're starting the fans contest on Monday, and Tyler's helping me out doing all the content online. And it's good to give back to the fans. So we have an 8-week contest. Whoever watches this, just go to the Treal fans group every Monday. There'll be a contest announcement. Win shirts, win product, win swag. It's something we like to do, give back to the fans. So starting on Monday, 8 weeks, 8 contests, different themes. Thank you for Tyler for helping me out with that. And something nice if you want to get some Treal swag. Treal released some Lossy Hammer Ray parts this week, which was interesting. Testing the markets with that. The Hammer Ray is a pretty cool looking truck. I mean, I looked at it and I like the way it looks. I don't know if I'm going to jump in and get it, but it looks pretty cool. And the one thing I like about Treal is, you know, they're not afraid to test the market. You know, make 4 or 5 parts. It sells. It's great. They continue. If not, you know, so definitely for all those lossy people that have it, you know, check those parts out that dropped. And you know, we got the Type J wheels that were released a couple weeks ago. Those are doing pretty well. They look great, and more products to come. So, and then the other update was, which was interesting. You know, I'm a Go Fast Arrma guy. You know, they dropped the 3S Infraction. Now I have the big boy Infraction, and it goes about 80 plus, and they scaled it down as far as 3S, and it's kind of you know, online mixed reviews because people are saying, you know, you got the 6S version, why would you go down to 3S? And people are saying that the paint on the bodies is so much better on the 3S version than the 6S. And you know, people going back and forth, and you know, even 3S, that's still going to pull numbers. It's just a fast, you know, it's well designed. But you know, so that was dropped this week, and you know, we were talking about FMS. You know, they're just cranking on the power wagon. They're showing up everywhere, and you know, if you can get your hands on one. But yeah, great stuff going on with FMS too. So that's all
Uh,
I got for updates.
Perfect. Yeah, absolutely. I think you the FMS market right now with the micro stuff is fantastic. Um, had some insight and some deep conversations with FMS in the last month, getting a better understanding about marketing and the direction that they're taking the brand. It's going to be an exciting year back at USTE in 2023 when we can look back. I'm telling you, 6 months from now, we are going to look back and remember this day. People are going to remember the name FMS. I guarantee you that. Um, the other thing, Powerhobby, if we've been talking a lot about these sticky little devils that they've been releasing, belted, no prep drag tires. Um, set of these showed up here. Oh, now wait, yes, look at this.
I had to
Pete,
check it out.
Pete, hold that up for a second. I mean, because if you can go, I wish that there was a way to quick do a side by side here from the original stock photo or picture. The first time I saw that thing bone stock, it's a completely different truck.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah, it came out pretty good.
Yeah, it did.
A
So
lot more than just paint.
you figured out that bumper then. That's not the original front bumper, correct?
No, that's an RC 4-wheel drive D90. That was
Very cool. It looks great on there. Wow.
yeah. Came
And the
out.
tire swap, what a big difference. Wow.
Sorry, I had to pull it out one.
No, I'm so glad that you did. Hey, when you bow down like that, I got a chance to see the Rebel banner behind you there clearly. I never noticed that before.
Yeah,
Very cool.
yeah, I had to get
Um,
those.
but something's got to be on the horizon here, Pete. Powerhobby. I know you and I've been talking, watching what's been going on here in the no prep world. These new tires that they posted up, the belted no prep drag tires. They're sharp, super duper sticky. Um, I set. Whoa,
I think I lost your video.
whoa! Hang on.
There you
I
go.
I dropped Pete. I dropped the tire and it rolled across the computer and shut it off. But yeah, I can't wait. Hopefully, maybe even tomorrow I'll get a chance to wrench on this. I'm going to do a tire swap. I'm excited to get these things mounted on my no prep drag car. Let them rip around for a little bit and see how these things do. The other thing that came from Powerhobby, I don't know if I sent one out here. They've been helping give some insight on the world of. Oh, what do you got there, Pete?
So this is for the infraction.
Fraction. Okay.
These are power hobbies. You can
Powerhobby. Yep.
see how thin. I mean,
Yep.
I was sent these last year. They're available. They're out, and I was sent these. And let me tell you, talk about a nice tire. You know, going that fast. I have 3 different sets. You know, medium. You know, the thickness, and uh, Yeah, I have another set on my Infraction now, but yeah, these are really well made. If you're into the go fast or the drag, definitely check them out.
Yeah. Um, I'm telling you, I think Power Hobby's getting it right with these super fast, sticky, belted, no prep drag tire. Something to look into. I'm excited about them. And the other thing they helped me out on, the customer service at Power Hobby is spot on. You can get it through Facebook and Instagram. Everybody out there is an expert and always willing to give you their expert opinion on things. But the one thing I needed help with was the world of a flat rail scale comp truck, trying to figure out what was going to be the perfect battery. And Power Hobby gave us a little insight on what was available now, what's coming, and definitely pointed me in the right direction. So I was able to place an order. They came the next day. Just a simple 3S 75C, 1500 milliamp compact battery for my flat rail comp truck. Have it in there right now that you can get depending on what type of battery end you want. I've been running the XT60 version. They came. Um, I'm very happy with the Power Hobby batteries. And the flat rail truck, I think I pulled it out last week when Gabe was on. Hang on one second. When we had Gabe Fleming on 2 weeks ago, I do want to apologize to him because my internet took a massive dump right in the middle of the show, and I really felt bad about that. And thanks again, Pete, for being able to jump in. But this thing's done, lit up. We have, there it is, 1500 milliamp little
Wow.
compact battery right on the side rail. I tried to do a little trial and error figuring this thing out on my own. It's been a series of, mistakes, living and learning as we go. I printed a battery tray for this carbon fiber flat rail from G Speed and ended up aborting on that option and just went back to what he originally suggested, and that was just put the battery right on the slider. Um,
Yeah, that's
seems to
where I
me
have mine on my Sherpa.
okay.
Yeah,
And that seems to be the way that most people are doing it. I put it on the scale. We have those ones from Power Hobby, the Bluetooth pucks that and put this thing on the scale. And right out of the gate, I think we got it pretty darn close to where we want to be.
right.
Some tuning to the shocks. I'm sure I need to tune the shocks. Got the crazy crawler foam set up. Everything so far I'm very happy with. Now it's just a lot more runtime and get used to it. But so far, so good.
Nice. Yeah, I can't wait to hear how it performs.
Yeah, I'll probably set up some mock gates here in the backyard and tinker around with it and get a better feel for how it is. But there's definitely some, flat rails are not scale, but it is definitely enjoyable to take a truck that is meant to be driven like that and not have it roll over every time you go onto a side hill or some steep incline. The thing is absolutely, it's fun to drive and test the limits of it. So,
Yeah.
not saying I'm going crazy for a comp somewhere and excited about the world of competition. But hey, listen, this flat rail truck is fun to drive. There is nothing more that you can say about it, besides the fact it's been fun to drive. And that's the name of the game, Pete, right? We're just here to have fun.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm actually going out tomorrow. First time in a
Are
long
you?
time. Yeah, I'm bringing out King and I going out tomorrow morning before it gets hot. I'm gonna bring out the BRX and I'm thinking about bringing a Sherpa out actually because
Nice.
haven't ran it in a while. They have a rock garden in this
Okay.
trailer photo and it's a technical and BRX won't do it. We can't handle it. So I'm gonna bring the Sherpa. It's set up on full droop and
That's two opposite ends of the spectrum there.
well, good
From
thing I got the carryall, right?
okay, perfect, perfect.
So yeah, we
Um,
can go out a couple hours, and it's been a while since I've been out, so it'd be good to just get out, clear your mind, and have fun, right?
speaking of carryall, neat little segue there for the friends of ours that were at Badlands this
Yeah.
past past week, if you were at Badlands, something that we've had to keep under wraps for the last couple of months. It's been in the works, going through different renditions and sending initial artwork out, getting it back, making some changes. It went through 2 or 3 different changes, but the official backpack for Badlands was rolled out, and it was a great looking bag. If I do say so myself, now try not to be too biased, but I will tell you the artwork that we had help with Paul Wilhite from Proline. With his input, we were able to collaborate and come up with some very cool art designs, 4 in total, 4 different limited edition, special edition Badlands and Axial Fest bags. They were dropped there at the Badlands. Hopefully we'll get a chance to post some of these in-depth photos of it up, but the people that were able to get their hands on them at Badlands, you're the lucky ones, because they're special.
And it was nice to see, even though even though you weren't able to make it, I did see some fans post up some images from Badlands. So it's good to see customers, posting the bag up. I did
Yeah.
see a couple on the fans page, and like we always say, it's good. If you're an ambassador, you're a driver, or just a fan, it's good to see those images because you, me, we can't travel to every event. We can't RC,
No.
and I wish we could. But it's good to see that feedback, whether you're an ambassador, driver, or a fan.
Now, Jeremy Kilburn had a great idea, maybe something that Tyler and Peter, you can help me with. Jeremy Kilburn had the idea for all the people that got the limited edition Axial Badlands bag. It would be great to actually have some sort of a fans page almost just for them, or maybe we could use a simple hashtag. But there would be a great way to really highlight and tribute and acknowledge the people that did get that bag. And it would be great not to lose track of them. I would love to see, maybe where that Badlands bag ends up, the rest of the year, where people are using it. And so either if we come up with a hashtag or some sort of fans group just for them, but I think it's a great way to kind of tribute and acknowledge the lucky ones that got it.
No, I think that's a great idea. And, data analytics, the hashtag works very well,
Perfect. That's probably how we'll do with them.
Yeah, we'll definitely come up with some kind of post, and for those who got it, they could hashtag, and no, that's cool. Yeah, it was great seeing photos. You got upcoming events too. Good segue to you got Blue Rocks taking place. Great event going on there, and then you got Axial Fest. And then you got the Fairway Crawl, and you got some events in between, Proline by the Fire. And I think Paul mentioned something on his post that he might be going. So
it would be great to actually see if Paul does make it and could actually just be there as maybe a fan, playing on the opposite side of the fence for once, and actually having a chance to mingle and not be so stressful. It might be great for him to be in that type of atmosphere and mingling and smiling and playing with others. So that would definitely be cool. So you have the guys out ledge stock, you've got or shred the ledge, and then you got ledge stock coming. So all around the place, and you got the all
I think we lost your audio. You got your video, just don't have the audio. All right, as Mike's getting back in, we had Shred the Ledge, Ledge Stock coming up. Just a lot of great events, different West Coast, East Coast. I know a lot of guys going up to Recon coming up this month. Good luck to all the people competing in the fix. And then you got the Fairway Crawl and, Ledge Stock. So good events coming up. Definitely keep your eyes on the calendar. We'll see if Mike could get the audio back. He could talk about some of the guests we got coming up in the next couple of weeks. We had some really good guests coming up. And I see Tyler's got the FMS 1.6 coming. Yeah, back to FMS, man. Just great things. You know, that FMS Jeep, the scaler is definitely sick, the military. And even their lives they've been doing, showing new products, definitely keeping the public up to date. So definitely check out FMS, see what they got going on. All right, Mike's coming back in. Close this out here. You know, Mike, we never gave away that battery either, you know, from the contest. We're gonna have to figure out what to do with that Powerhobby prize. Nobody spelled the word. No, you're done? No. I don't know. We just lost audio completely. No, I think we lost you. I don't know if it's muted or volume's down or. Okay. All right. As Mike figures it out, we'll just jump into so we'll talk more about, you know, the format and the show. And the next couple of weeks, we got some good guests coming up. If you ever want to be on the show, if you represent a hobby shop, you represent a brand, definitely send Mike or myself a message. We'll definitely get you on the show. You know, each week we try to bring influencers on or people that represent brands, just to give them a kickstart, you know, to talk about their product and their brand. So the next couple of weeks, we got some really big heavy hitters in the industry coming on, and it's only going to get better. And here comes Mike back in. Let's see if he can get back in here. All right. I see you. Let's see if we can get your audio. It says you're on mute. What about now? It's about 9 o'clock. Do you want me to close? Okay. All right. Thank you, everybody, for attending. Mike's still got some technical things going on with the microphone. We'll see you back here next week. We're going to get some guests back on, and thanks for attending. We'll start up a new format for the contest. I know we had a contest that we did, and get some new prizes. And just tell your friends, subscribe to the channel. We're gaining traction.
Testing 1 2 1 2.
All right, he's back.
Testing 1 2.
Yep. Oh,
Hear me?
yes. Yes.
You can?
Yes.
You can hear me?
Right there.
All right. I can hear you. And you can hear me now?
Yes.
All right. Well, then forget it. I'm not using the microphone. It's not working. I don't know what the heck's going on. Hang on. Yes. Stupid me. I fiddle with everything during the show, and there it is again. I'm so frustrated with this stuff. You try and get all these gadgets and get the internet to work and make everything work, and then it's an epic disaster.
So
But
you want
yes,
to
I'm not
talk
going to
about
touch.
it? Yeah.
Go ahead. But yeah, what a pain in the butt. But yes, Pete, you nailed on something here. One, I wanted to say, thank you for everyone tuning in because it is 4th of July weekend, and that is the reason we did not bring our guest on this week. We had to make a last minute change to set it up so that they could come in next week with us. And that's a big deal because we'll post it up who it actually is. But these guys are doing some very cool things right now from the timing's perfect for what they're doing in the micro scene right now. And hearing the passion of these two brothers for what they're designing in the micro scene, it's going to be very exciting to see them. Pete, I had the pleasure of meeting them at Beat the Creek. The guys from Hardpark, the cat's out of the bag. The guys from Hardpark are going to be on here with us next week.
Nice.
They're super stoked. I know we're just as humbled to have them on here and give them a platform to talk about what they're doing. Maybe talk about some other cool future things that they're working on. We'll give them a chance to have the spotlight and talk about Hardpark and let the world see what they're doing right now.
Awesome. Looking
And
forward to that.
obviously, go ahead, Pete. Go ahead. Sorry.
No, I was going to say I'm looking forward to that. Definitely
Yes,
heard a lot of great things about Hard Park and a lot of buzz on the internet lately, and it'd be nice to have him on the show.
the timing is perfect. That's all I can tell you, Pete. The timing is perfect to have them on. You nailed it. The buzz, the excitement of the micro, just everything is lining up to be perfect timing right now for them. So that's super duper exciting. Obviously, Rebel, a big shout out to them again, to Jeff and the plug that they got here with the this month's RC Caraction. That's super duper exciting. If you do not currently subscribe to RC Caraction magazine, I can only encourage you to all please get to your newsstands, get to your local hobby shops, get your subscription, check out an issue. Um, they're doing great things over at RC Caraction. They're boots on the ground at these events, meeting people. It's super duper exciting. Um,
And the price of a subscription, I mean, I have a discount code. It's
yes, and
less
Pete,
than $30.
you could probably share it right now. In fact, if you want to give out your promo code to RC Caraction, I highly encourage it. And probably what we could even start doing, Pete, on every description on our YouTube channel, we'll probably start posting that right on there. It's encouraged to be spread around
And
and
less
just
than
put
40
that promo code out.
less than $40 for a year. I mean,
It's
it's probably,
ridiculous.
and I think you hit it on the head. Lee and his whole team, they attend almost every event they're at, and the boots on the ground, and it's a great way to keep up in the industry.
Absolutely.
Definitely worthwhile to read and see what's going on in the industry. So I'm excited for next week, and it should be a great show. We'll get a lot
Yeah.
of posts going about it, and I'm excited to see what they got cooking in the lab. And yeah, man, it was good.
The last thing, Pete, the onboard the displays that we've got going on here, these little plexiglass light up things. People send us messages inquiring, where'd you get them? How'd you do it? Um, the best thing I could tell you is if you can find us on YouTube, or I'm sorry, send us a message on YouTube, find me on Facebook, send me a message. We can get the ball going and get you a quote and an idea of what it would take to have one shipped to you. If you had a logo that you wanted to, your own personal logo done up like that, or replicate one of the carry-all ones for your workshop, we can get them made in duplicate for you. But it is important. I wanted to point them out one last time, that they are available if you want one.
Yeah.
Other than that, Pete, I encourage you to please get out there tomorrow on this hot 4th of July weekend. I know it's nasty hot here in the Northeast right now. The humidity and everything has been brutal. But I hope I get a chance to get out tomorrow morning for a little bit. And again, everybody enjoy your 4th and be safe. Thank you again, Pete, for being with me on a Saturday night. I'll let you take them out of here.
All right, Mike, welcome back. Good to see you again. Good to chat. And yeah, everybody have a good, safe holiday weekend. Get out on the trails if you can. Spend time with family. And next week, Hardpark. And, have a good weekend.